Hey, this is bad. During a broadcast on the four-letter network of ESPN, a fan yelled the F slur, an anti-gay word, during the showing. True North Forever wrote, just now on ESPN, someone yelled, hey, F word, the homophobia in sports is out of control. This was directed at Ethan Mendoza, the designated hitter for the Texas Longhorns baseball team. This would follow another incident in college baseball that we covered not long ago. Here's what really gets me, all right, is that we have someone like Mark Walter, we have this fan, clear as day homophobia. Clear as day. And I don't know if anything will ever come of it. You know, I keep seeing Kyle Kowinski say woke is back. I don't know if I agree. I'd like it to be back, but I don't think it is. And I'm going to tell you why. As much as the condemnation came down for the San Francisco Giants players who decided on Pride Night of all nights, to write Bible verses, did they do it during any other time? No. I
think the funniest part of this is how much work these guys put into dressing up for this game and not preparing for it. Now, these four Honda Civics, all with career losing records, ERAs over 4, or negative WAR stats for the 2026 season, decided to have a little finger painting party where they ChatGPT'd what Clayton Kershaw wrote on his hat. While Roop was ordering fabric pens off of Amazon, he could have been researching that Suzuki was one of the best sinker pitchers in baseball. It would have saved him 2 of the earned runs of the 4 he would end up giving up before the 5th. Precedents for teams to give greater suspensions, as seen here when Chris Sale took a pocket knife to a bunch of jerseys. The greater problem is just misogyny. These men look at anything feminine or feminine adjacent as not having as much value and limiting an opportunity. And of course, they think their opportunities are limited. They're bad at baseball, and by all metrics, replaceable.
The only time I ever saw someone write something on their cap was Blake Treinen of the Dodgers. Clearly pro-fash. After Charlie Kirk was assassinated, he wrote Charlie Kirk's name, and then he got his you-know-what rocked. So those guys are trying to argue on the Giants, and probably Blake Treinen of the Los Angeles Dodgers as well, that, you know what, actually, this isn't about being anti-something, it's more pro-something. Bull. You guys know exactly what you're doing. And you're thinking that baseball fans are too stupid to pick up on it. I mean, I am just amazed at how some of these dudes think. And what this plays into is the persecution that so many Christians feel and think when it doesn't exist. They think lefties are out to get them for their religion. No, we could actually give two you-know-whats. What this is about is respecting one another. That's it. And then I also saw, following the Pride Night or lack thereof in baseball, respectively, a lower level team decided to cancel their event altogether.
Independent Baseball League team is forfeiting its game today after a bunch of its players refused to wear pride jerseys. These are the jerseys York Revolution players were supposed to wear. You see it has that rainbow design on the shoulders and says pride then on the back of the shirt. In a statement, the Pennsylvania team says it was a decision that was not reached lightly. They say that the Pride Night event will still continue as planned and that it will make a $10,000 donation to a local gay community center as a, quote, small token of its regret for the change of plan.
Because the players did not want to participate in wearing the rainbow. The rainbow. So let me see if I got this straight. You are not mad about a genocide. You're not mad about kids losing limbs or dying. You're not mad about school kids being bombed. You're not mad at how the climate is going to wipe all of us out because of man-made climate change. You are not mad that a billionaire war criminal, in my eyes, rapist pedo, is getting away with everything. But what you draw the line as using your religion as a shield is a rainbow. That's what gets you upset. Remarkable. Remarkable. A rainbow gets religious people more upset than the things that I listed. How incredibly shameful. How shameful. And you absolutely know that this guy, this dude who uttered that F slur during this broadcast probably has Christ is King in his bio or some BS like that. What also follows in hearing this in the year 2026 is how on Elon Musk's 4chan-like Twitter, because we're never in the hell going to call it X, that I am seeing the R word pop up over and over again. And I refer back to Mark Maron and what he said about all of this. You wanted to install fascism and also allow yourself to be used by fascists just so you could say the F slur and the R word. I mean, the amount that I am seeing it is troubling. It shouldn't be said. It shouldn't be typed. It shouldn't be uttered. We shouldn't be seeing these words anymore. They're deeply offensive. And now I'm seeing it on websites, on social media, and also on baseball broadcasts. I wish this person, I got to be honest, I really do wish that they would apologize for it. I understand that the broadcasters are in somewhat of a difficult spot here. If I were broadcasting that game, I probably would have apologized because I feel like not acknowledging it is worse than saying, oh, and a fan made a anti-gay slur. We apologize on behalf of ESPN. You would be applauded for something like that. But they ignored it. Maybe they didn't hear it. Not sure. But I think this sort of stuff needs to be condemned and just dismantled internally by people who utter this nonsense. But this is Trump's America. This is what they wanted to bring back, and it's where we're at. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.